Okay. Okay. Sniffle, snort. Isn't life grand? Totsugeki! It's my fucking... It's in my nightmares now. Totsugeki! Totsugeki! Good morning. How's it going? Konnichiwa. Totsugeki! Totsugeki! Ride the dolphin, Totsugeki! Thank you, honey bear. Appreciate you. Oh, sorry, Paul. I didn't mean it. What? What did you do? What it do, boss? It do what it do. Thank you both for your kind contributions, Doom Kid and Kevin. Starting off the day correctly with them donations rolling in. Just getting paid for being myself, you know what I mean? I think that's the weirdest thing to me as a dude that, you know, worked his whole life at normal ass jobs, doing this job now, is like it's strange to me to get tips. You know what I mean? Did you see that guy sent you through your DMs? Oh my god, that guy is fucking crazy, bro. That's the same dude that was doing the whole Anonymous is Legion shit. He made me maybe some video last night, and I just reported him. I didn't even watch it. Some dude sitting there in like a rabbit mask or something, and he was talking about what a bad person I was at the beginning of it, and I was just like, I ain't even watching this. I'm just gonna report you.
Yeah, there was another one about a week ago.
I know, I saw that one. I made the mistake of watching that one. I was just like, oh, reported and blocked him on that account, and then he just kind of like comes back on another one. He's he's very into the 2016, 2015, 2014 hacker named Fortune aesthetic. Spent the day at work yesterday watching DP 2016 election coverage. TJ winning the upset. It was just fucking insane. Take my money. Yeah, you're right, dude. That whole fucking election cycle and show was fucking crazy. Dude, I remember that show. Me and Ben got together early because we thought, we'll just start streaming. And we also had a fantastic idea. Not only will we start streaming, we're going to drop a bunch of mushrooms. So we did. He and I just took like a fistful of mushrooms and went out to cover, you know, to give serious coverage to one of the weirdest elections ever. And by the time Scotty and TJ got on the scene, me and fucking Ben were rolling, just hard fucking tripping. And somehow managed to keep it together all night. Yeah, dude, a fistful of mushrooms, bro.
Wear off by the time you finished, or
No, I was popping off that whole night, dude. I don't know if that election would have been so funny had I not been mushroomed up, because I was just so focused when I needed to be and funny when I needed to be. I don't know. It was good shit. I might have never come down off of those mushrooms, to be honest with you. I think since 2016, I've been on a fucking straight mushroom trip the whole time. Yeah, you take a bunch of mushrooms. I mean, I don't know. Mushrooms typically don't last as long as LSD. What to me, like you drop a hit or two of LSD, you're gonna trip for 12 hours. You eat some mushrooms, 8, 9. You wonder what non-mushroom Paul is like? I can't remember. You'll have to watch something before 2016 to find that out. I wonder where people are finding good shrooms these days. It's hard, to be honest with you. Like, it's always been hard. Even in an area where it's not supposed to be hard, it's hard. Like, all you need for psilocybin is cow shit. That's literally where it grows. And so areas like the one I live in now that have free range cattle, that's the best place to go and find psilocybin. And unless you're growing it yourself, you know what I mean? Which I guess a lot of people do. Cow shit. Yum, yum. So many shroom stores around where you live. You live in Amsterdam? Yeah, Amsterdam has psychedelic mushrooms and truffles and shit sold in their shops alongside weed. It's so fucking awesome. Beaver butt juice, yeah. You like that vanilla flavor, don't you? Seems like a non-windy day. No, we really don't get mosquitoes here. I mean, we do, but we're not close enough to a body of water to really be bothered by mosquitoes.
Like they're probably by some sewer or something if they're anywhere around here.
Yeah. I mean, there is no sewer around here. Remember, everybody's on fucking sealed septic out here. So sealed septic. Everybody's on a well. So there's no sewer system. There's no underwater fucking shit for the. So it's really just like.
If someone had a pool or something, they might be chilling over there.
If somebody had a pond.
Yeah.
Like if somebody had like a pond on their property or something, you get fucking mosquitoes because that's what they need. They need, or like not even a pond. I guess something as small as like a fountain can do it. If somebody has like a fountain that's just they've let it go, then mosquitoes will lay their larvae in that, and it just becomes a cycle. Like they hatch, they feed, they come back, they lay their larvae where they were born. And you'll just be eaten by the same fucking generation of mosquitoes forever until you clean up that water. My mom had that, actually. She had this. If you've never seen my mom's backyard, she's got this backyard with tons of stuff in it. She loves little knickknacks and little, you know what I mean? You've seen it. And she had this fountain for the longest time that was just off in the corner of one of the little corners of her backyard. And it would make that nice little tinkling water noise and shit. But it was fucked up in there. It was green. Because, you know, she didn't clean it out or whatever, and it was just a fucking mosquito nest. So I remember my stepdad just had to tear the whole fucking thing down. Because it was breeding mosquitoes. Pools aren't going to do it, as long as you're keeping your pool up. A mosquito can't lay its eggs in a fucking chlorinated pool. My mom's backyard is great. It's like a little, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Like a little private place. It's hard to explain. I just like being back there. It feels very cool. It's very much her style of shit. She puts up lights and makes it very comfortable back there for people to sit. You know, she's got a very chill backyard, whereas my backyard isn't really all that chill. It's big. But, you know, there's not a whole lot to do out here. Not a whole lot to look at. Well, they're doing it, Karumi. Like in Florida, I believe they introduced, right? Am I wrong? For one strain of mosquitoes, they introduced the genetically modified clones that have a 2-generation infertility trigger. I think that's just like the coolest shit, dude. That genetic manipulation. It's so like devious. You somehow edit a gene into the male mosquito population that makes not its offspring, but its offspring's offspring infertile. Shouldn't the public be asked before mosquitoes are killed off? Why can the government just destroy a species? I mean, can I call your attention to the millions and millions of fucking species that are destroyed fucking every year by the government and its clear cutting and factory farming and bullshit? And you're really gonna fucking step up for the mosquitoes? Motherfuck a mosquito.
It's not like we got to choose that California bans capybaras.
Yep. Fuck a mosquito. Fuck a mosquito. Wait till Mosquitoes 2 drops. Dude, don't even say it. Yeah, scientists, I mean, you can go read about this. Scientists have been studying this for fucking years. And they've been, like, with one kind of thing in mind. If mosquitoes disappeared from the planet, would any biome collapse? Or another way of asking that question is, do mosquitoes form the base of any food chain on the planet? And the answer is no. Mosquito larvae, mosquitoes provide supplementary food for different species. Obviously, there are things out there eating mosquitoes, but the things out there eating mosquitoes do not live on mosquitoes. They might snatch a mosquito every once in a while, but they're looking for flies, they're looking for grasshoppers, they're looking for fish, they're looking, so they've literally found no biome where mosquitoes form that very critical bottom of the food chain. For example, in the ocean, the bottom of the food chain is krill, right? So krill and phytoplankton are the bottom of the food chain in the ocean. Both of those, by the way, under massive threat from global warming and ocean acidification and ocean warming. And you know what happens when that happens? When the base of the pyramid rots, what happens to the rest of it? You know what I mean? So that's a real good example of like a species that the government should be doing everything in their fucking power to preserve: phytoplankton, krill, because those two species form the literal bottom of the food chain in the ocean, and without them, the oceans will die. Yep. Phytoplankton produce between 40 and 70% of the Earth's breathable oxygen as well. They are the basis of photosynthesis in the ocean. They can be seen from space. You can go up into space and see giant clouds of phytoplankton in the ocean. It appears like a bluish green, lighter than the ocean around it. I've seen pictures of it from space. You can see space pictures of it on that Planet Earth 2 documentary on Netflix. They show you what phytoplankton looks like from the planet's orbit. So the planet will basically suffocate when they die. Yeah, I mean, when they die, see, it's not like they're just going to die, right? So what's going to happen is they're going to become more and more scarce. So phytoplankton is going to start having a harder time doing these giant blooms, which is what creates tons and tons of oxygen. Same thing with krill, who eat the phytoplankton. Krill are going to be smaller in numbers. Krill support pretty much everything else in the ocean. Smaller fish eat krill. Baleen whales eat krill. Everything in between. Like, so the hugest things in the ocean and the smallest fucking fish in the ocean all eat krill. There's going to be less krill, which means less food, which means less fish, which means less diversity, which means the oceans are dying. Same thing's happening. Like a ton of these, once vibrant habitats are turning into fucking just dead zones in the ocean. And we've created them. The Great Barrier Reef is dying. The Pacific Ocean has lost something like 70% of its biodiversity in the last fucking 30 years. Well, the great thing about this, like, releasing of these bigenerational infertile genetic clones is that it spreads throughout the mosquito population. So if they dropped it in the Florida Keys and in certain parts of Florida, now maybe they didn't do enough, but the idea is that this genetic defect spreads like wildfire throughout the fucking world. Genetics turned my head into knots. Even stuff like inheritable coat color, genes, and cats gave me a headache. Look that up for fun. No, I know. I remember getting a little introduction to genetics when I was a kid. They talked about like what is it? Dominant and recessive genes. We learned about Gregor Mendel, who was a monk, I guess, that figured out how to figured out genetics via plants, like how to get a certain recessive trait to express itself in plants, and he was like the first documented geneticist. I learned a little bit about that, but when it comes to like dominant and recessive genes, I don't understand it. It just seems to me like, so for example, blonde hair is a recessive gene. Neither one of my parents is blonde. My dad is a brunette. My mom is a redhead. But both me and my biological sister are blondes. So how did we, with the dominant trait in the mix of being a brunette, how did we end up blonde?
It's like your both parents have the recessive gene, then it's more likely to.
Right. There are blondes on both sides of my family.
Yeah.
So in my parents' genetics is buried the recessive gene for blonde hair and blue eyes, and it expressed in both me and my sister.
It's like you're more likely to get a recessive gene from two people with dominant presentations than like one blonde and one brunette.
See, that's so strange to me. It's so strange to me that two brunettes are more likely to produce a blonde than a blonde and a brunette, or a redhead and a brunette, or whatever the fuck. But it's true. It's like 25%, but still possible. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And my mom's got even more recessive genes. She's got green eyes. So, you know, boggle my fucking mind. I don't know. Comes from your grandparents. I mean, my grandpa on my dad's side, brown hair. My grandpa on my mom's side, reddish brown hair. There wasn't that neither one of them was blonde. So,
Were your grandmothers blonde?
no. Mom on dad's side was a brunette, redhead kind of mix, and mom on my mom's side was a redhead. Now, I have an uncle that's blonde like I am. I have an aunt on my dad's side that's blonde like I am. So it's definitely in there. But the fact that it expressed on my generation and my sister's generation back to back is strange, because you've seen my sister's children.
Yeah.
Tons of brunettes and one little blondie running around. You know what I mean? My sister's children, she has a lot of them, 6 of them now. And they're literally all brunettes with dark eyes, except one. She literally popped out one little towhead like we were. My sister and I were platinum blonde when we were born. Dude, it would freak you out if you saw a picture of me. I'll try and find one for you guys one of these days. A picture of me when I was real young. My hair was literally platinum blonde.
I think you posted a bunch on your Instagram not too long
I've posted
ago.
some, yeah. Yeah, you can go look on my Instagram. I forgot about that, yeah. But yeah, I'm getting gray, but my hair darkened with age, right? And there's 3 years between me and my sister, the person asked. Both my parents have blue eyes. My eyes are blue, brown, partially heterochromatic. Yeah. My real dad, yeah, dude, the mailman. I have something to tell you, son. It's like, Mom, don't do this. What? TikTok trend of whitening teeth with Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Knots. What?
It's a new Tide Pods.
Why are you kids putting cleaning products in your mouth? Why do you do that? Who told you that was okay? Who told you that chemicals were okay to put in your mouth? Because our parents taught us that shit. That's like the first thing they taught us was like, caca. No, you don't eat that. You don't put that in your mouth. You don't touch that drawer. You don't go in there. And now teenagers are fucking they're whitening their teeth with a magic eraser? For the memes? For the views? What is it? Do it for the memes.
We need to like unearth Mr. Clean to say no.
Yeah. Mr. Clean himself is going to have to show up and be like, hey, kids, it's bad to stick me in your mouth. Oh, gee whiz, Mr. Clean. Who knew?
Did you ever see Gronk doing the anti-Tide Pod thing?
Yes. We need it again.
Yeah.
Get Gronk again. Somebody call Gronkowski. Hello, D. What do you know, D? Ooh. You want to play fetch? Give me a bow. Come on, bring your bow. Shiggity swag. D, come here. Come here. Come over here and let me help you. Let me help you get the straw off of you, yeah? I'll help you get the straws. Oh, there you go. There you go, buddy. So my aunt poured dish soap in my cousin's mouth as a kid and made him hold it in his mouth. Yeah, I mean, like, I had to put a bar of soap in my mouth one time.
But they don't tell you to swallow it.
Right, they just tell you to sit there and drool and hold it hold it between your teeth. If you want to see what putting soap in your mouth, like liquid dish soap, that's a little different. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I got my mouth washed out with soap for sure. Over some bullshit too. Over some fucking bullshit I got spied on. The first time I got soap-mouthed, my parents literally spied on me. Me and my little friend, my best friend, who I grew up with, Sarah, wanted desperately to call each other on the phone, and so that we could talk. And so our parents agreed to let us do it, but they spied on us on the other fucking phone line. This is back in the day when people had landlines. So if you had a landline in your house, somebody else in the fucking house could pick up the receiver and listen to what you were talking about. Yeah, that was some bullshit. And they did that. Both the moms were on the line, and we were talking. They let us call on the phone, and then the moms were on the other line, and we weren't even cussing. We said shit like pee-pee and poo-poo and caca and doo-doo and shit. We just like were laughing about poop and piss. And we both got we got the bar of soap. We got the bar of soap, man. Got soap barred. Because they thought we were developing some dirty mouth, you know, and so we had to learn. Never mind the fact that both of us were raised by like literal pirate level foul mouths. You know what I mean? Like that had nothing to do with it. Literal like fucking ancient 1600s privateer pirate level fucking foul mouths. That had nothing to do with it. So luckily for me, was that the only time you got soaped? I think so, yeah. Because I think my parents realized the futility of it and just kind of like told me like, look, be wise about how you speak. That was that. See, that was cool because they stopped punishing me for like like hearing me cuss if I was like outside with my friends. But I wasn't, you know, if I cussed in front of adults and shit, I was in trouble, right? And so it was like, it was pretty cool. And then by the time I was a teenager, there was no, you know. My mom still has her landline, dude. Unreal. Man, everybody sharing their dark stories in the chat sure is bringing the goddamn fucking mood down, bro. My dad used to use a cheese grater on my gums and then pour liquid acid on them. It's like, fuck, man. I'm sorry you went through that, but man, you're bringing me goddamn all the way down. I was just talking about my mom plopping a bar of soap in my mouth because I said poo poo, okay? It was not a fucking.
Started with dumb TikTok trends.
Exactly, dude. It just started because kids are now rubbing Mr. Clean on their goddamn fucking teeth. My grandpa filled my butthole with live wasps. Oh my god, man. Horrible. The things we went through as kids. Did you get the belt as a kid a lot? No. Let's not. Can we not? Can we not? Are you not listening? Yeah, this is not Paul's therapy session, bro. This is not. No, I can't be your pain eater today. I was just talking about popping a bar of soap in your mouth as a kid.
Do I need to find another news story?
I don't know, man. These fucking people. They just went straight to the goddamn dark zone and they want to keep me there. It's fucking, what time is it? It's like 10 a.m. Give me a break. Let me get woken up before I take the black pill today.
What about this?
Woke coke. Drug dealers marketing ethically sourced cocaine. You gotta respect the hustle. You gotta respect the hustle. Spill your trauma, yeah. No. Oh my god. Ethically sourced coke. So what is that? Is that cocaine where like the coca farmers have like an ownership stake in the drug dealing operation or what?
I mean, I think it's probably 90% BS.
No way, no way. Ethically sourced coke. It sounds great. Yeah, I would say that it's 99% BS. I don't think you can ethically source coke.
Yeah. Unless it's legal in your country.
It's gotta be muled across the goddamn border by somebody, up somebody's asshole, or in somebody's backpack. And, you know, there's exploitation down the line.
But you know who would fall for that? People putting Mr. Clean in their mouth.
Yeah, that's probably true. The fucking same kids using Mr. Clean magic erasers on their teeth are probably fucking snorting ethically sourced coke. What a nightmare, bro. Yeah, that is weird. Cocaine is like a bunch of gasoline. Gasoline is like the emulsifier that they use to refine cocaine. So they crush up the coca or whatever the fuck, and then they soak it in gas. and then they let the gas evaporate, and the residue that's left behind is the cocaine, as I understand it.
Do you know any cokeheads?
It really wasn't that big of a drug in my area. I knew a lot of meth heads. I've known a couple of people that had a cocaine problem before, not really like closely, but I know what a cokehead is like.
Yeah. Well, like I had some friends in the rave scene, and like 5 of them got addicted to coke.
Coke was huge in the. I wasn't big into raving, but I did have like friends and friends of friends who were into ecstasy, coke, that type of shit. I never tried X. The reason I never tried X is because I babysat people on X. I watched them, like how they acted and shit, and I was like, nah. Tried Coke a couple of times, just not for me. It wasn't it wasn't just around like weed or pills or other things where you gotta have a lot of money to keep that going. Yeah, no shit. Cocaine is a really expensive habit, obviously, because it's like, think about it. It's only produced in one part of the world. It has to be illegally imported to the United States. So you're talking about risk on risk on risk on risk, right? It's the same reason why, like in a prohibition state, weed that is like mids here that would be considerably cheap is fucking hyper expensive, right? It's fucking like, I can't remember what I was paying. I was paying like 120 an eighth. No, that must be, that's way too much.
No, I don't think so. I feel like you were screwed that bad sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, shit just gets ridiculous in fucking illegal places if you want to get decent weed. Because, if you think about it, there's tons of risk incurred in getting the weed from the legal state across the border, and then this person has it in their house. You know what I mean? $500 for a QP in Texas. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. It's fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. So but the reason it is expensive is because there is risk incurred along the way of getting it to your lungs, right? Somebody had to mule that shit across the fucking border. Some dude has to sit around in his house with his house full of it, worrying if the fucking DEA is going to raid him every fucking day or the sheriff's office is going to raid him. And if they do raid him, he's federally fucked because he's got pounds of weed in his house. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's why. And cocaine, you add a whole nother layer to that because it isn't made here. You know what I mean? It can't be. The plant basis for it just doesn't grow here. It takes a fucking rainforest. It's a rainforest goddamn plant. Coca. Cacao. So they fucking make it down there, and a bunch of fucking people, they have to make it out in the jungle because, you know, the fucking federal government is constantly looking for these. And when I say the federal government, I mean not only the corrupt governments of these places where it's made, but the United States and the DEA. They're always looking for these manufactories, so they've got to be way out of the way in the middle of fucking nowhere, hidden in some fucking industrial building. So there's all that risk incurred. Then there's all the risk of employing all the people it takes to make the cocaine in mass, which one of them could talk. You know what I mean? One of them could run to the fucking federales or whatever the fuck. One of them could fuck up and drop the bag and you're fucked out of $2 million and your reputation. You know what I mean? All that risk. Then all that shit has to be packaged up in bulk and given to mules of various types, whether they're foot-based or truck-based or air-based. Somebody has to incur the risk of flying or walking or driving a truck with a bunch of fucking cocaine in it.
That's why like fucking tons of cocaine just washes up on Florida beaches.
Exactly. Well, yeah, because one of the ways they do it is they fucking take a boat and they drop it in the water, and then somebody comes and looks for the little buoys at night and pulls it out, and sometimes they miss it. and up it washes on the fucking shore, and people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they probably find more coke that way than actually arresting people.
You're probably right. You hear about like 2 or 3 of those a year in Florida. Just like, kind of makes me want to move to Florida because it just seems like you could be a coke dealer without even having to do much risk. Just walk the beach in the morning.
Bring a metal detector so you don't look suspicious.
Yeah, just like you just got a big backpack filled with 10 pounds of coke. But it doesn't even stop there, you know what I mean? Once you've muled it into the United States, then you've got to move it, right? So then it has to go to a distributor. So that guy takes maximum risk because this is a person, that guy or girl or whoever it is, that person is like sitting on fucking enough cocaine to put everybody he's ever met in jail for the rest of their life, right? And they've got it somewhere. And then they have to employ dealers, right? So they'll chop it up. Well, and when I mean chop it up, I don't mean just separate it into baggies. I mean literally cut in aspirin and shit to dilute it. So if you get a pound of pure cocaine or whatever, one of the things that you've got to do once you get that shit is step on it, is what they call it. So you add laxatives, like baby laxatives will be chopped up into coke. Aspirin is chopped up into coke. There's a number of different things that gets chopped up into coke to what they call step on it. And then what happens is the main guy steps on it, right? So obviously the dude that's getting the pure coke, he takes a little bit of pure coke for his like party friends, right? So he can have some real good coke. And then the rest of it, he steps on it. And then he sells it in kind of bulk to his dealers. And what do those fucking fucks do? Do you think they sell it as is? They step on it again. So now you've got coke that's been cut in with meth, cut in with this, cut in with that, cut in with baby tranquilizer or baby laxatives and aspirin. And that's, you're basically snorting 90% baby laxative aspirin with a little bit of cocaine in it by the time you get it at the street level, 99% of the time. Just dog shit. And it still works, yeah. Which goes to show you how potent coke is, yes. And goes to show you also why people OD on coke. People get used to blowing these big fat rails of coke. Like they'll do 2 big rails of coke because it's 90% baby aspirin, right? And then all of a sudden they're at a party and they don't know it, but somebody's got some good coke. And they do a big fat rail of it and they end up dead. You know what I mean? You can't do 2 rails of pure coke. Sorry. But dumbass people that grow up on party coke, that's what they end up doing. As they get more and more acclimated to the smaller doses of coke, they want to take these bigger lines and do it more and more and more. Like take 3 lines in a row, you know what I mean? And you never know how much that coke is stepped on. You never know.
I'm just trying to imagine how Alex Jones gets his coke. Because he's a paranoid person.
He probably gets it direct from the fucking dealer in Venezuela or some shit, dude. Some fucking jungle warlord in Venezuela sends him his coke. And it's just not, dude. That's one of the dangerous things about any kind of like hard street drug is this is true what I'm telling you about coke and it being stepped on. This is true for almost any type of drug, dude. You can test it. That is true. There are ways that you can test it. But what are you going to do? Like, no dealer is going to fucking let you test their coke in their house. They want you in, they want you out. Or they bring it to you, and they're not going to fucking sit around. So what do you do? So you find out you have bad coke. So you just throw it away? You're just out $400? See what I mean, dude? This is why I'm for the legalization of all drugs. Period. That's happening, you're absolutely right, Cameron, in the South when it comes to weed. So these vape cartridges and shit, they get stepped on. They get pulled out. So somebody, because they're very easy. They're things that you can unscrew and put together yourself, obviously. People refill them. So what people do is they break that little glue seal, They take things out. They will literally fucking drain out all of the fucking wax out of that shit. Step on it with butane, so they double how much it is, and it turns this dark brown. And then they load up 2 fucking carts for the price of 1, or 3 carts for the price of 1. And then they sell people all this shit down south. Dude, I used to hit those carts. They're nasty, bro. When my Connect had those fucking carts, I said no thank you after I got them one time, because they were just dirt. Dirt, 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 dirt. For the legalization of prostitution too? Absolutely. Why the fuck not? Legalize it, regulate it, make it safe for the people that engage in it. People are gonna do it no matter what, so legalize that shit. Absolutely. Why not? Do you know how that would improve the lives of so many, mostly women, trans women, working the streets, young men, tricks, right? You know how that would improve the lives of people to have federal regulations over it, and for them to have a clean, safe place where they could go and sell booty, slang dick, whatever it is they're doing.
They can get help because they're not afraid of being arrested themselves if there's a problem.
They're drug tested, so, if you're strung out and shit, you're not allowed to fucking work at the place, and you're funneled into a fucking drug treatment program or some shit to get you clean. It's just... Dude, illegal prostitution, the prostitution black market, you guys have no idea how dirty and nasty and gross it is, dude. There are fucking young people on the street right now selling ass. In a world that's obsessed with hunting down pedophiles, we've created a system where 16-year-old girls, 16-year-old boys are turning tricks on fucking street corners in major cities. Everywhere in America, it's happening. So it's got to stop, yo. The black market that we've created is so dirty and so gross, and human trafficking is so lucrative. You know what I mean? Don't ask why you were timed out. I mean, when you come back after being timed out, and the first thing you do is ask why you were timed out, you're asking to be banned. You were timed out because you broke a rule. You need to figure out what that rule is. It ain't my job to read them, do you? Delta 8 can be good, but you need to... I don't even know what Delta 8 is. Let's not talk about Delta 8.
Someone sent a super chat. It's you've probably heard the term Delta 8 150 times.
I've heard the term... Yeah, I've heard the term Delta 8, bro. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't really care to try it, man. I've got Delta W right here. I've just got weed. Okay, I smoke weed. Hi, this is what I do right here. This is my drug of choice. Marijuana. That's what I do. It grows off of a plant, and then you dry it out, and you crush it up, and you put it in one of these, and you smoke it. Could you just give me a big ice water? Yeah. That'd be great.
You want those?
No, thank you, baby. It's like weaker legal weed. Delta 8 is useless if you live in a legal state. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why people keep asking me about it, bro. I live in California. I get Delta California, bro. My house is literally full of Delta California. I've got every type of Delta California that you could imagine just sitting in a fucking cabinet in my house. I have a pretty prodigious weed tolerance. That's just the way it is, bro. That's just the way I roll. The mecca of weed, yes. California is the beating heart of weed culture in the United States, dude. It is what it is, man. It always has been, too. Cali weed has always been an order of magnitude better than everywhere else. That is still the case. The shit I have in my house right now is I have some of the most top shelf fucking concentrates. I have some, like, I'll show you guys some shit. Fuck it. We're doing a 420 weed cast anyway. I'll show you what I got. This is, excuse me. Wow, that was a raunchy belch, dude. That belch was raunchy. I wanna bring back that fucking word, raunchy, dude. Why did raunchy go away? That shit was raunchy, bro. Okay. No, this is. I don't even understand this shit, to be frank with you. This is that live resin concentrate that I was telling you about. And this is 93.14% THC. 93% pure. This is called Optimus Prime, and it's 91% pure. It's like I don't even have something to smoke this with. Raunchy is too sexual? Nah, man. Raunchy, it does, dude. Raunchy back when I was a kid meant gross. Like if we would call people raunchy if they stunk. Like if you walked up and you had BO, we'd be like, dude, you are fucking raunchy. Raunchy meant gross, smelly, stinky, dude. I'm gonna bring that raunchy back. Fuck the whole sexual connotation. That's not how I'm wanting to use it. I want to bring back the, man, dude, you are raunchy. Get out of here, bro. Somebody's raunchy up in here. I got a raunchy pussy. Yeah, dude, somebody stank. Who brought their raunch up in here? I was just a '90s kid thing, probably. Raunchy meant like gross, disgusting, whatever. I'm gonna have to weave it into a Beauregard lyric. The goat got me smelling raunchy. Dolce and Gabbana shirt got me looking paunchy. I love Beauregard, dude. I love just getting to pretend that I've got money to spend on fucking jewelry and cars and shit. I know, dude. Imagine if Beauregard was here right now, we could smoke with him. Could offer him a smoke. Rank, yeah, Rank was pretty good. We used Rank back in the day too. I remember my sister's using Raunchy a lot. Raunch dressing. That's enough. That's enough, dude. Raunch dressing, bruh. Dirty astronauts take off from the raunch pad. Okay. All right, man. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe raunchy does deserve to stay in the dustbin of history. Let's not bring back raunchy. Let's keep raunchy. Hold on. Dead chicken skull, do you agree? He agrees. The bog of eternal stench. And Hoggle, yes. If she ever kisses you, I'll turn you into a prince. You will? Prince of the land of stench. Ha 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 ha. Oh. Miss, don't go that way. Never go that way. Oh, thanks. She'd have kept going on that way. She'd have gone straight to that castle. Dance your cares away. Worries for another day. Let the music play. Down in Fraggle Rock. Let the plays play. Slanging every single day. Trap house where I stay. Down in Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock was the bomb. I miss those old puppet shows. Everything's animated nowadays. Yeah. Shop owner in Fraggle Rock did the cussing turret scene in Boondock Saints. It was funny to see. Yeah. Cussing Tourette's. Fuck ass. Hey, fuck ass, give me a beer. Lamb chop. Ugh, man, I can't hang with lamb chop, dude. That's just too syrupy. I liked my Muppets with a little bit of edge to them, dude. That's why I'm saying, man, people don't realize it, but there's some edge. There's some edge to like Sesame Street for sure. Like at least there used to be when I was a kid, dude. Oscar was fucking he was Mr. Pessimism. He was my introduction. He's basically Diogenes, bro. Think about it. Think about the philosophical implications of Oscar the Grouch on Sesame Street. Why would they put a character like that in and make him likable and funny and accepted by everybody if it's not okay to be a fucking pessimist? Like, I learned this shit as a kid, right? From Oscar the Grouch. Oscar the Grouch was a dude that fucking didn't like the way shit was. Dave Chappelle's bit, yeah. Oscar, you're a grouch. Bitch, I live in a trash can. I don't know why the nanny on Muppet Babies never showed her face, bro. It is a good question. Maybe it was a horrifying skull-like visage of the devil herself, dude. Muppet Babies will do the same for you. When your world looks kinda weird and you wish that you weren't there, just close your eyes and make believe. That dude, I loved that. I loved that when I was a kid. Muppet Babies was this shit. Yeah, dude, he had his whole fucking. See, that was his whole thing, though. If you look at the fucking, you know what I mean, implications of Oscar, right? Oscar is a dude that chose, obviously, to live apart from most of the people on fucking Sesame Street. He couldn't be out of reality, but he created his own reality that meant more to him than all the stupid bullshit that went on Sesame Street. And he was presented as a character that was still loved and still taken care of by the other characters. You know, people would still say hi to him and stuff, even though he was a grouch, and it was okay that he was a grouch. I can do a lot of the Frank Oz voices, dude. I can do a lot of decent Frank Oz voices. Mm-hmm. How does an evil railroad tycoon sound? Southern or northern? You know, there's two flavors of railroad tycoon. Are we talking about a Chicago railroad tycoon, or are we talking about a fucking, you know, Texas railroad tycoon? Northern? Got to do that like transatlantic shit then, probably. These ruffians. When will they realize what it is that we provide to them? Moving of goods, moving of services, and for this, demonized. Demonized for making money. Demonized for what they call hoarding it. Well, I suppose I'm that demon then. That demon that brings your product to you. That demon that ships the product that you make to the people that need it. You gotta have a little bit of blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. The Tom Hanks speech. You're a Muppet too. What a weird implication in that song. That song ends with, you're a Muppet too. I'm a Muppet? Okay. The Muppet Babies theme song, bro. What was that all about? Yeah, dude, right at the end it turns into Gordon Ramsay and calls me a Muppet. Maybe he was trying to warn us about like the fucking the Bilderbergs. You're a Muppet too. Someone's controlling you. Yeah, he's a man Muppet. Very strange. Just like the Pied Piper sent rats through the streets, dance like a marionette, swaying to the symphony. Nice toot. I like it. Ooh, wasn't over. Nice ass toot. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. We have one choice in America. Love each other or die. Vote for Johnson. You guys seen that political ad? I was reminded of it last night. On the recommendation of my wife, I watched this movie called All the Way, where Bryan Cranston plays Lyndon Baines Johnson, and it kind of covers his term after he took over when Kennedy was assassinated, and his kind of compromising and political jockeying to get the Civil Rights Bill passed, the 1964 Civil Rights Bill passed. And when he was running against Barry Goldwater for re-election, he ran an ad one time that was literally like, I'll explain it to you. You can look it up. It's in the Library of Congress, actually. So you can go to the Library of Congress and look this political ad up. He ran this ad of this little girl, and she's like got a little daisy, and she's picking, daisy petals, right? This little blonde white girl, and she's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. She's little, so she messes up a little bit. And then all of a sudden it freezes and it starts to zoom in on her eye. So, and then you hear T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. And then you see it's literally like a fucking nuclear cloud. And then LBJ's voice comes in and says, in this election, we have one choice. Love each other or die. Vote for Johnson. And that's it. I was like, what? Apparently it worked because he blew Goldwater's ass out. Talking about like electoral landslide. It was some like fucking, I think Goldwater got like 90 electoral votes in total. It was just ridiculous. Yeah, that's the two choices. Love each other or die. Who was it that just tossed a rock in a lake for his ad? That was Mike Gravel. That was Mike Gravel before he passed away. Running in 2016. Yeah, sucks. I think the most, Gravel was a kind of a political troll for a long time in the best way. His whole idea was not to ever win the presidency, but to get enough of the vote to get on the stage with them. And I think one of the most stark and amazing things that he did was to get on the stage in 2016 and sit there with these other fucking candidates and call them out for their warmongering and their being in the pockets of big fucking pharma and shit, and watch them all laugh. Hillary Clinton standing there at the beginning of it while he's describing how, none of these people is willing to say that they're against war and blah, 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 because they're all in the pockets of fucking defense companies and defense contractors. He's just calling them out. And it's just like, they're all just sitting there like big fucking ridiculous smiles on their face because they don't know how else to take it. So they treat him like he's a joke. They try and treat him like he's a joke. That might have been, you're right, that might have been earlier. You're right. That might have been 2012 that I'm thinking of. I may be wrong, though. I just remember the clip. Yeah, I voted Obama in 2008 and it was the last time I voted. So that was the last time I voted in any election, was in 2008. I completely and utterly lost faith in the process that cycle. As soon as Obama walked back, because like right at that point, one of the biggest, and this is hard to fathom now because it's just become ubiquitous, but at that point, one of the biggest issues that I had in the campaign was George W. Bush's use of what's called extraordinary rendition and enhanced interrogation techniques. Basically, those are politicized ways of saying kidnapping without a warrant and torture. And this was being employed not just on foreign combatants, which I'm also against, but on people here in the United States. People here in the United States, due to some perceived spurious connection to some kind of terror cell or some terror network, were being whisked away to black sites out of the United States where our laws did not apply to them to be tortured. And it's still happening, by the way. This is not something that ever went away. This is not something that ever stopped. The CIA black sites that were revealed have never closed. Guantanamo Bay, which is one of the central areas, by the way, in Cuba, which is a huge national fucking news story now, international news story. So they abduct people, take them to a place where they don't have any rights, where nobody knows where they are, and they literally torture them for information. Even though they know that torture doesn't work. Every fucking study about this type of fucking torture, these enhanced interrogation techniques, have shown that people will tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear after being subjected to it. That is not the stated goal of this torture. This torture is supposed to like put people in quote unquote stress positions to elicit information from them, when all of the fucking information has shown that these people will tell you whatever you want to hear. So what happens is we install a narrative. We tell them, how long have you been working for Al-Qaeda? And they go, I haven't. And then we waterboard them for 3 hours. Then we say, how long have you been working for Al-Qaeda? And maybe a strong person says, I never worked for Al-Qaeda. And we waterboard them for 6 hours. And then we say, how long have you been working for fucking Al-Qaeda? And they say, 20 years. Who do you know that's an Al-Qaeda suspect? You should start naming off people you know. Hello? So that was the major fucking issue of my time. That was the major thing that I saw going on in America, which was this slip slide into fascism. And I was like, no. And Obama made all of these campaign promises to immediately end that shit, and he didn't. He didn't close Guantanamo Bay. He banned waterboarding, but didn't ban enhanced interrogation, didn't ban CIA black sites, didn't ban extraordinary rendition, didn't ban military tribunals that hold people in perpetuity, didn't ban torture. He just didn't do it. And it was that, coupled with his warmongering, which he went overseas. I mean, I remember he did all these overseas tours before he was even elected, making all these promises to the fucking world, like, we're going to be a better America. We can remake the world again. And he just, like, went forward with the neoconservative fucking plan. He did more fucking drone bombing than Bush did. It's just fucking Captain Drone Bomb, Captain Airstrike, Captain Military Interventionalism. And I was just done after that. I saw my genuine vote for a person who was, I thought, genuinely giving me hope that a politician can win this that isn't a fucking psychopath that wants to torture people and bomb the world. And I gave him my support and I helped get him fucking elected. And then he just supported all of it. So that's the last time I fucking voted. And every goddamn Democratic candidate that I've had the chance to vote for since has been the same kind of Democrat. Hello. Man, why are you guys dragging me down into the pits of despair this morning, man? You guys love it when I'm ranting about this shit, don't you? Cause fuck me, man. Ugh. Such a buzzkill. Like, today's a good day. Today's an exciting day, a fun day for me. And you guys have me talking about fucking war and endless war and rumors of war, and I haven't even fucking look, dude, I got 3/4 of a cup of coffee left. It's lukewarm now, but I'm gonna finish this shit. I mean, can I get a cup of coffee? Down me before we go down the fucking utter doom hole? Like I don't play a role in this shit. No, it's tough, guys. I really, can we have I'm just gonna ask you guys, please, can we do a fucking subject change right now? I really don't want to let myself get dragged to a darker place today. I'm excited about today, okay? I get to see, well, let's just put, I get to see an old friend today that I haven't seen in a long time. And then tomorrow I get to see another old friend that I haven't seen in a long time. Well, actually 2. So I get to see 3 old friends, whatever. Let's just say today is a good day. Ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh, do, 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 do. Ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh, do, 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 do. Woke up out of bed, hit the showers. Didn't even get no static from the cowards. Cause just yesterday, them fools tried to blast me. Rolled up quick and then they pulled right past me. Ooh, Didn't even have to use my AK. It was a good day. Dirty D's gonna be happy. Everybody's gonna be happy. It's gonna be a fun fucking day, and that's all I want to say. Hey diddly hey. Jesus Christ, weed. All right, enough. We're stoned enough. Yeah, there were a lot of ices. You're forgetting one major, Mr. Cool Ice, dude. The coolest tattoos you've ever seen. Mr. Cool Ice, bro. You gotta look him up. Search for Mr. Cool Ice tattoos. You'll be fucking, your mind will be blown. I don't think I'll wake TJ up. No, I've got my house set up to where, I can leave the house and come back here without really disturbing them. They're going to be crashing in the living room for a couple of nights, but only a couple of nights. And then we're moving on to the beach. We're all headed over to the beach. We're going to chill over there. Just kind of soak up the sun, eat some good food. Maybe see a drive-in movie. I don't know what'll be at the movies, but who fucking cares? Let's go to the drive-in. And then it's to LA for work. We got studio time booked. That shit is fucking like, that's crazy shit. We've got to, money invested in that, and it's gotta go smoothly. And a lot of that shit is on me. lot of it is on our player characters too, because they got to be good. But I got to be really good as a DM. I got to hope that this storyline that I've crafted is interesting to them and fun for them. Yeah, there's some drive-ins. A lot of them in California. There's a few drive-in theaters left, but they're just kind of like a relic of the past now. Will you live stream on the beach? Probably not, bro. Like, no disrespect, but when I'm on the beach, why would I want this to be my background radiation, bro? I got other things I want to do on the beach. I want to sit there. I want to watch the water. I want to swim out in the ocean. I want to fucking laugh with my friends and smoke joints and have a good time on the beach. How do you get past crazy anxiety attacks? I'm asking based on previous videos you've made about depression. Depression? You want to... Depression. Okay, thank you. How do you get past crazy anxiety attacks? I'm asking based on previous videos you made about depression. Okay, so I've done this for you guys before. I've actually had... For long-time watchers of me, you guys have actually seen me mitigate the beginnings of an anxiety attack here on the show. I've done it for you guys when I feel it starting to come on, because I deal with this shit. And so what I do is... So anxiety attacks are oftentimes fueled by hyperventilation. Your blood gets over-oxygenated, and your brain chemistry is telling you fight or flight, fight or flight, fight or flight. And those two things feed on each other, and you get this incredibly horrible energy in an anxiety attack. So one of the ways you can mitigate an anxiety attack is to introduce more carbon dioxide into your system, right? So it's holding your breath. So what I do is, and this is also a good focal point, I will clench one part of my body. So usually I'll start with my toes. Just like flex all your toes down and hold them and take a breath and count slowly to 10. So just hold your breath. I'll do it now. So I flexed my toes, held them very taut while I held my breath, and then released them slowly as I exhaled. And what I've done there is I've slowed my breathing. I've introduced more carbon dioxide into my system. I've deoxygenated my blood a little bit, which can help slow down the physiological cascade that happens in an anxiety attack. By the way, this was taught to me by Amelia. This is a piece of wisdom that I lived my entire life not knowing how to mitigate a panic attack, and it really works for me. If I'm smart, if I can catch it before it really goes out of control, and I've become really good at understanding like what the front edge of one of these feels like for me, I can stop it in its tracks or mitigate a lot of the worst of it by just doing that a few times, yeah. So different parts of your body too. So the next time, like you can do this multiple times in a row too. You're not going to die. Take a nice deep breath. Clench your fists. Hold it 10. You know what I mean? So it has actually a dual purpose. It deoxygenates your blood and slows down the physiological cascade of an anxiety attack, or mitigates it. And it causes you to focus your brain on one specific part of your body and the sensations in it. In this case, my hands, right, being clenched, my fists being balled up. Focus on that. How does that feel? And then how does it feel to release it? And then you move on to another body part. It's a way of like not only diverting the oxygen away and making your body less likely to cascade, but it's also diverting the mind away from whatever it was driving your panic attack. Citation needed. I mean, go ahead. You can look up this. This is something that like Amelia learned from a therapist. So this is not something she made up on her own. This is just a piece of wisdom she had from a therapist that helped her, that helped me. So. I'm not saying it's a fucking cure-all. I'm just saying it's something you can try, right? Yeah, dude, cancer, all you got to do is hold your breath. No, it's just a mental and physical exercise that helps. Well, that's why people do the bag breathing thing to calm down a panic attack. That's why that was a thing back in the day, because breathing in and out of a bag, you're exhaling carbon dioxide, you're restricting the oxygen to your body and stopping the physiological fight or flight cascade that happens. Oh yeah, you're right, Abby. I'm sorry. Cancer is stop, drop, and roll. I'm sorry. I just get mixed up sometimes. Yeah, cancer, stop, drop, and roll. Everything else is duck and cover. Get out of here, flies. No. You guys are wrong. Cancer is cured by yelling fire, not rape. You guys are giving out really bad medical advice in here, okay? Nothing screams pro-liberty like fear, obey, do not question, conform, or else. Totsugeki! Oh my god, dude, it haunts my nightmares, dude. I'm not gonna go into a long-ass rant, but let's just say the fighting game I'm playing is an anime fighting game. I think most of the characters are very tolerable, like from a weeb perspective, but there is one that is just the ultimate fucking weeaboo nightmare. She is a literal, like, 12-year-old girl with an anchor, a giant anchor, and she summons fucking dolphins and screams in this shrill voice at you, Totsugeki! And I think that means riding on a dolphin. And she does it over and over and over, and it's unblockable and it's unstoppable, and she does 1,000,000 damage, and yeah. I couldn't get into that game watching you. Yeah, I understand. I mean, it's an acquired thing. It's not very far from Street Fighter. Yeah, her name is May. She's kind of a meme in the fighting game community because she's absurd. Totsugeki! You can interrupt it in several ways. It's just really hard. It's got really quick startup. It's really easy to link to other things. It's really easy to hit confirm, so whatever. It is what it is. I like the game. I play it because I think it's a really fun fighting game. I hate these fighting games where rounds go like to the end every time. I like how quick and brutal it is. Like a round can be over in a matter of seconds, dude. You get a good run going, you're just fucking done. I love that about the game. I don't know that I'm going to stick with Anji, though. I got to be honest with you. When my stick gets here, I'm really going to spend some time in the lab with Faust, because the more I watch this dude on... I just said I'm not going to get in a big fucking fighting game thing, and I'm doing it. Anyway, whatever. There's this dude on YouTube that you can check out named Hook Gang God. That's his name. He plays Faust, and he makes me want to play Faust. Faust just looks like so much fucking fun. He bitches a lot about how Faust needs help, you know, and that not a lot of people at the high level play Faust for a reason. But he's really good. He beats people. So I want to try and learn Faust, and I really want to check out, because one person I never see, I've been watching a lot of top 8s on Team Spooky. I never see fucking Zato, the guy that controls the shadow guy. I really think that learning Zato might be a whole fucking ton of fun, dude. He's a very considerate character. You got to be very careful, but he has some like really ridiculous pressure. And if you get good at summoning and unsummoning Eddie, you can just constantly have him throwing pressure while Zato's pressuring from the other side. And I love Angie, I really do. But his gimmick does not... I don't know, man. I guess if I try these other characters out and they don't feel as good as Angie does to me, then I'll just stick with Angie. You know what I mean? But I really do want to try out a few characters before I really decide on who I'm going to play in the game. Dude, Zato is so fucking great, and you never see him in the tournaments, hardly ever. Yeah, the Fire Wolf lady is cool. No, man, no. No. I might go play some, to be honest with you. I feel like running a few matches this morning. Shaking off the dust. I don't know. Maybe play around in fucking dojo mode or some shit. After I'm done with this stream. And if I'm feeling up to it, I might stream it for the people who care. I'll chill with you guys for a little longer. I feel like chilling out here for a little longer, smoking a little more weed. Ooh, enjoying the morning before it turns into a fucking oven out here. Oh, nice back pop. Oh. Duck and cover. Enjoy the pre-Mad Max times. I know we all need to remember that, you know, we really do. We all need to remember that shit. And you know just what to do. You duck and cover, duck and cover. I don't know, man. You gotta stay with that fan dance and mess with folk. The fan slap finish is too trollish and good, but Faust has that reach. I get it. He's weird too. You don't see him a lot. And I'm telling you, dude, Zato, if I could get good with Zato, dude, people don't even fucking play him. You don't run into Zatos ever because people think he sucks because he's really weird to control. But if you can get good at Zato, you can move Eddie while you're blocking. So somebody could be block streaming you. You can move Eddie forward while you're blocking. And he fucking can jump and hit them from behind. And then you can stand up and hit them from the front. That's ridiculous. So all these pressure characters, the ones I have so much trouble with Angie. Because Angie is all about pulling the cute little, I dodged you, I fucking mixed you up, you know what I mean? And so many characters just have these insane jump-in strings where it's just like half your life bar is fucking gone. And Angie doesn't really have, I mean, he does, but the combos that lead to it are really hard to do, and I'm not great. And some of these combos on these rushdown characters that I'm facing are way easier to do. And so it's like, if you want to play a character that's like against that type of play, Faust is that type of character. Faust is like a zoning character and just weird to play against. And that's something that, you know what I mean, I think is something I want to look into. I also kind of, I typically don't end up liking grapplers. Part of me wants to play Potemkin just out of spite, but I see people struggling with him a lot. Good Potemkins are great, but he looks like he's pretty fucking tough to play. So does Zato, though. Totsugeki. Yeah. But anyway, I'll be chilling with friends for the next chunk of my life, which is really nice. It'll be good to see people. It'll be good to hang out. It'll be good for me and Amelia to get away and hang out and just be at the beach and having a good time. So that is, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like the backgrounds too. That's just making me want to go play fucking Guilty Gear. How dare you? They're making me want to buy it, so turnabout's fair play. Picturing Beach TJ has me giggling. Hope he has a Hawaiian shirt and does sunscreen on the nose thing. Yeah, I've been to the beach with TJ. He's pretty normal at the beach. You know what I mean? The only weird thing about TJ at the beach is he doesn't want to take his shoes off at the beach. He doesn't want to put his feet in the sand on the beach. It's just like... TJ wants to wear his shoes at the beach, dude. Gotta wear them shoes at the beach, bro. He's a never nude, dude. His pale, ghastly feet. Ghastly, dude. What the fuck, man? Make TJ wear sandals. See, if you've never seen TJ's feet, I've seen them. I've lived with TJ, so I have seen TJ's feet, and they're like translucent vampire skin. You know what I mean? Every other piece of skin on his leg looks normal, but then his foot, it looks like it's just, his skin is translucent. It's like his foot has never seen the light, you know what I mean? Like his feet grew up in a cave where the sun never hits, you know? Pale as a newborn baby horse. Oh my God, dude. Gollum feet. Why are you guys so mean to TJ, dude? Like those deep sea fishes. See, dude, I should process TJ. I should do Scientology processing on TJ about his collarbone. See if I can fix it. He's got an engram, dude, on a collarbone. He's got a button on a collarbone that I need to process him on. I need to do some Scientology on TJ. Free him. Angler feet. Collarbone episode was brilliant. I know. TJ doesn't need more auditing, dude. He is covered in BTs. Yeah, we got to get TJ clear, but that's how you get somebody clear. You audit them. You audit somebody to clear. So we got to get TJ clear. That means we have to audit his current life, and then we have to audit his past lives. Like we might have some Fox action going on here. Some Fox action, bro. Yeah, I saw Scientology people. I actually tried to go into the Hollywood Scientology place, and they literally like gave me the bums rush out of there. Like I walked in there looking like me with Ashley with her pink hair and Beyond Fear, crazy fucking Australian chick. And I guess they took one look at us as a trio and were like, get the fuck out. They didn't say that, but they were just like, yeah, the person that does the auditing and stuff is out to lunch. And I was like, oh, when will they be back? I'm not sure. I was like, okay. Bye. I'm not sure when he'll be back. It's like, what? You have a dude like 2 blocks away giving out pamphlets for this shit. But they don't really care about getting new people. They care about getting rich fish and looking like they have a church. There's a good chance that there's nobody there doing it. That's the whole point. It's like the whole church is a sham. It's like a lot of their like orgs or whatever as they call them, their little church outposts are functionally empty. And they're not really meant to do what they actually say that they're meant to do. Yeah, dude, Scientologists are the only ones that know for sure what to do. All right, I'm out of here.